guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Texas Motor Speedway for a very special event called the Auto Roundup, and I have something that I just want to tell you. I can't wait to get it off my chest. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. And the reason why I wanted to tell you that is because guess what? We have it. This is the totally redesigned 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. But before we get into this premium level of a luxury sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Rolls-Royce, this iconic British brand that brings such a level of mystique that no other manufacturer can really touch it, even into the 21st century. Now, yes, Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW, but this Ghost, being all new for 2021, sits on a Rolls-Royce chassis, the same chassis that the Cullinan sits on, now the Ghost sits on, but you're going to be getting some very, very unique, specific styling and, of course, engineering. And we can't forget that level of luxury, fit, and finish. But what I want to find out, there's a lot of companies that make luxury sedans and they believe that theirs is number one. Is this, at the end of the day, the Rolls-Royce of your dreams and that luxury sedan that just puts the rest of the brands, Cadillac, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and everything in between, just puts them to shame? Let's go ahead and find out just how good this new Ghost is. Right off the bat, the styling. You're not going to confuse this with any other vehicle out there, and it has that Rolls-Royce identity. Starting at the front of the business, Rolls-Royce does this great job of having squared off finishes, but they look great. You're going to get, of course, full LED headlights, a little bit of chrome, LED daytime running lamps, and look at how they kind of take the hood and just fold it down because the headlight housing is actually sunken in a little bit into the front fascia. Really love that style. We work our way down, guess what? You're getting functionality. This whole massive corner vent is going to be fully functional, a little bit of chrome. Love the way they take the bodywork and kind of just slide it in between the two levels here, and you have some flat black with that full functionality, some chrome along the bottom, and then that bright metallic silver going all the way from one side to the other. Now, as we come across the front, you're going to get some of those iconic touches. The Rolls-Royce badge, so much of a signifier when it comes to just premium luxury, and then still available on a production vehicle, the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornaments. There was once upon a time, all the brands had very unique hood ornaments. Rolls-Royce has been able to take it into the 21st century, still have it where the others have gotten rid of them. And the great news about that Spirit of Ecstasy, you could raise or lower her at any given moment, which is a really nice feature for safety reasons, so somebody doesn't get sticky fingers and want their own Spirit of Ecstasy. Of course, you're going to get that multi-slot, vertical slot grille that signifies that Rolls-Royce brand. We're going to have a forward-facing camera. Love all the silver chrome finish. Drop down, we're going to have more functionality, just like in the corners. We have this flat black. Love the design. Love all the attention to detail right at the front end of the business. Now, when we get up onto that hood, like I said, the Spirit of Ecstasy, so much history behind that beautiful piece of artwork. It's like you could have that on display in a museum and people would just love to stare at it all day long. Look at the way they make an indentation off of the hood ornament, goes right into the hood near the windshield and then disappears. Everything else, nice smooth lines going into those A-pillars. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with this Rolls-Royce Ghost? So you're going to get these unique wheels that are specific to the Ghost model. This is a 21-inch wheel. I love the way it's got this nice split spoke design, the machined aluminum, that metallic gray, the Rolls-Royce badge in the center, hiding all of the lug nuts to just give it a nice, clean look. Lurking behind that, you're going to get some great suspension engineering that's been done. All four corners have electric motors. Actually, have 4 electric motors for that suspension to really just give it that nice glide that Rolls-Royce is known for as it goes down the highways and byways. But really just nice looking setup with these P0 Pirelli tires. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of these? This is a 255 on the width, 40 series sidewall, all-wheel drive, and four-wheel steering. So great technology being brought to the Ghost. Love the clean body lines. Of course, we have our Rolls-Royce side badge with our side marker light. And I think one of my favorite things styling-wise is gonna be the way they do the body line on the fender and the top of the hood, that nice stepped action. This is gonna go all the way down the side of the vehicle. Of course, we're gonna have 360-degree cameras, color matched on the mirror caps. You have your chrome trim on the door handles, and these are suicide doors. Remember, the rear doors open reverse in their formation. Love the way they kind of just take that aluminum and just fold it down along the bottom sill area. Super, super clean. One thing I want to point out is with this Ghost, the way they did the engineering to clean up wind noise is there's no actual rain channels on the roof. Everything is just smooth and seamless. The rain gutters are actually built into the trim. So you're gonna get your bright, shiny metalwork, but they've actually developed the technology and the engineering and design so that the water actually seeps into this little channel and then runs along the trim and off the side of your Ghost. Those are the touches that you're not gonna find in the other brands. The excellent attention to detail. The rear C-pillar, remember, because it's ABC, the rear C-pillar, the way that they welded the sheets of aluminum is to give you that ability to cancel out the sound. There's actually liquid filled, almost like a motor mount, a liquid filled motor mount. There's a rear pillar mount to cancel out any vibration. So whoever's head is behind this is gonna get that nice, quiet, serene environment. Even the way they did the roof. I love the style with the big U-shaped indentation. You can see how this back portion, it's so much different than anything that I've seen on any other hood of any other vehicle. Of course, you're gonna get a shark fin antenna up top, that all-wheel drive. Out back, you have 285, so a little bit more rubber to meet the road. Even though it's all-wheel drive, remember, we could send that power forward and backwards to the front wheels, to the rear wheels, and coming out back, look how sleek and seamless this is. They take the rear glass, they sink it down into the rear, off the back of the trunk, nice little kick up. I wanna point out something, that behind the glass and underneath this rear area, behind the rear seats, they actually have these cone devices that are built in to cancel out extra noise. It's all about giving you that perfect, quiet sound to where you can literally hear a needle, a pin just drop right on the ground in this vehicle. Rolls-Royce badge, looking good. The nice chrome finish, I like the way they extend it into the trunk. And then as we drop down, look at the taillights. The attention to detail. You're gonna hear me say that over and over again. Just everything exquisite. Now, as we get to the bottom portion, you'll notice you have two massive style, almost like a vacuum style, not the sexiest of exhausts, but they are functional on both sides, and they're a nice, bright, shiny metalwork on both of those. Guess what? We have some V12 twin turbo power underneath that hood. But since we're speaking about it, let's go ahead, pop the hood on this Ghost and check out that power plant. All right, guys, we got the massive hood popped. You do, of course, have hydraulic hood struts underneath the hood. There's not a lot to see, but they did a great job with the engine cover. So you have some nice bright silver. I love the Rolls-Royce badges on each side. What do we have underneath that engine cover? Like it says, it's a V12, but you're looking at a 6.7 liter twin turbo V12, 563 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in this vehicle, 4.3 seconds. Quarter mile is gonna go by at 12.7 seconds. Top speed, 155 miles an hour. And if those numbers don't sound amazing, think about this. This vehicle weighs 5,700 pounds. MPGs, if you're concerned about that, you're looking at the wrong vehicle. I will track down a Toyota Prius for you, but you're looking at 12 in the city, 19 on the highway. And like I said, now sitting on the same chassis as the Phantom, as the Cullinan. Really, really amazing on this whole setup. Even the way they did the badging. Look at this, 6.7 liter in good old Goodwood, England. That's the touch that I like to see. It's those types of things. And then we can't forget about the Spirit of Ecstasy. Such an iconic emblem, a badge, a distinctive style of this whole vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what big things are in store for us in this Ghost. All right, guys, we're inside this 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. I know you're at that point, we're trying to wrap our minds around, is this vehicle worth it? Is it really bringing such a different level of luxury, fit, finish, and materials? You're probably saying, well, Joe, I'm just downright curious, how much is this vehicle? The way that this one is optioned has an MSRP of $460,000. Let's see what you get for your hard-earned money to the door panels. I love in the Ghost how they really cleaned up the styling. Very, very clean styling. That blue leather up top, the nice open pore wood trim with the tan. I'm not normally a big tan interior color kind of person, but I'm digging it with the blue. This does have the optional 18 speaker bespoke sound system with those beautiful Art Deco style speaker grill covers. As we go from the speaker grills to the armrest, soft touch material, more wood trim. Of course, you're going to get 2 memory seat settings. And if you're wondering what's that other button for with the red light that's on, that's actually a 3-step heated massage seat button. So you're going to get such a perfect massage every time, and you could have it heated 3 different levels. In that door pocket, you'll be able to put plenty of Grey Poupon and a nice bottle of champagne in there. Plus, you got that beautiful stitching, just looking very exquisite. Now, when we go from the door panel to the dash, this is where that clean styling. One thing that Rolls-Royce prides themselves on is their stitch work. This is actually their widest stitch that they've ever used on a vehicle. Nice blue to break up the tan with the blue leather on the dash. 850 hand-drilled stars on this gloss black area. Really, really classy style. 850. I count them all. I thought there was 847. Lori and I had to count them again. Love the way they have the Ghost. Patrick Swayze would be proud of the way they did that Ghost name there. And then as we slide across, you're going to get the Rolls-Royce with the beautiful analog clock, the style, the class. Then we have our infotainment system. So this will look very familiar. Technology brought over from BMW. Now what's great is that this navigation system can actually work in unison with the 8-speed automatic. And the way that it does it is it uses cameras to shoot out the front to say you're going up and down some rolling hills. It will actually adjust what gear to be in at exact time every nanosecond to give you the smoothest drive. Is it a touchscreen? Yes, you've already seen me touch it. You could go into your vehicle settings. It's got all the technology you want. Spirit of Ecstasy. We could raise and lower that Spirit of Ecstasy all by the press of the screen. I want her back up. Boom, she rises back up. I love that style. Love all the different functionality. You obviously have Apple CarPlay and everything. Really, really easy to use. And then I'm just going to go right back. Actually, let's go into applications. You can go into your applications. You have your concierge service, all of that great stuff that comes with a classy vehicle like this. And then you're just going to go right back to home. Love the push-pull ability for the openings to allow that air to flow through. The style, that aeronautical style looking so clean. Remember, Rolls-Royce used to build airplane engines, and that's where this style comes from, the open pore wood. This is to lock and unlock your door. So if you're looking for that and you're picking up your hot date, make sure you know where it is. Actually, you should be getting out of the car and opening up the door for her. That's what a real gentleman would do. This is your volume control knob. This is your shifter, your column mounted shifter for that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. We have our slim and trim radio controls. And then look at the way they do the AC vents. Instead of like, fast, slow, it's soft, medium, high, max. So you're really going to be able to perfect that amount of air coming out of the air vents. Plus they use felt lining in there to calm down the noise of the air rushing out. You're going to have heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, all the buttons, everything very easy to get to, and the level of feel is just mind-blowing. We could go open up door number 1, this open pore wood, open that up. We got our 2 cup holders, and we have our very, very exquisite Rolls-Royce key fob. Nice size, nice weight. Of course, you got the leather. And I'm gonna close this door here. We have that's that BMW style iDrive controller with the Spirit of Ecstasy. You got your buttons. So if you don't want to touch the screen, you could easily use everything here to work that. This is to open and close the doors. So if you don't want to use your hands, your own hands to open and close the door, you could do it all by the flip of a switch. We got a nice little cubby here. You could put that very, very high-end Twinkie, just drop it in there. It's not going to get scratched from the felt lining. Beautiful leather. Open this guy up. We got enough space in here for the Hope Diamond plus one. So that's 2 Hope Diamonds, a USB-C, and you got a nice little holder here for some business cards and whatnot as you're, trying to make your money to get this Ghost. And then the seats, the wonderful leather, so absolutely amazing with the Rolls-Royce badge, the embroidery, the stitch work, the piping. Very, very soft, very comfortable. Believe it or not, they actually put special damping abilities in these seats so that to cancel out all the interior noise. And that's the other thing, is that like the windshield has special coating to not only cancel out sound, but also allow the wind to just breeze right over. And then look at this perforated leather headliner with the stars. I love the way they do the stars lit up in the headliner. Such a classy look and style. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Rolls-Royce Ghost. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this Rolls-Royce Ghost. Love the beautiful chrome sill plates with the Ghost name and the Rolls-Royce logo. You even have chrome seat rails. That's the level that they take, the fit, the finish, the controls for the seats, easy to get to. Nice, wonderful leather. Remember, I'm 6 feet tall. I have plenty of headroom in here. Plenty of headroom. You have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. It's interesting. I don't mind the blue leather on the steering wheel because it's just the blue, the open pore wood, that Rolls-Royce badge, the leather on the horn button as you would come to expect. I'm going to go ahead and drop this down a little bit. We're going to showcase the switch gear. These are for your headlights. There's your start-stop button, nicely located on the left side. And then there's the gauges. Love the way they're digital, but they have the physical bezels around them. Very, very nice touch. And then you have a head-up display, but you know what? The front area for the passengers is just the beginning. I can't wait to open up the suicide doors and show you the back seat in this Rolls-Royce Ghost. All right, guys, before I take you into this lap of luxury, there's 2 carryover things from the previous Ghost on this new one. The Spirit of Ecstasy, of course, that iconic hood ornament, and the other carryover item is the official Rolls-Royce. It's got the Rolls-Royce badge there, umbrella for those surprise rainy days. Love the way it just fits perfectly into that suicide style door. I'm gonna swing around the backside, and you know what? This vehicle, just so much opulence, really showcases what could be done when you're looking at really wanting to raise the bar. Now, one of the things I love is that they have the AC vents built into the actual frame rail there with that push-pull lever. And then if you're asking me, Joe, I want to be entertained. If I'm riding in the back of this thing, I want to be entertained. Look at this. Push this button on the back of the seat. You have the open pore wood table, and each passenger gets their full monitor here. You could watch a movie, you got the navigation, you could tell your driver where you want to have lunch. And if you just want the table open, there's the table. While you're eating that lunch, push the button and it's going to close right back. Now, on top of that, we have these full leather backseat pockets. You could easily put, I would say, 4 24-karat gold bars back here. Very easy to do. And you got more open pore wood, those beautiful AC vents. The AC controls the soft, medium, high, max. And then as you're just sitting here, like I said, I'm 6 feet tall. It feels just unbelievable. If you're wondering what's this little top area, this is where you're actually gonna close the door, open it here, close the door here. More of those beautiful stars in that full perforated leather headliner. And if you're ready to get your mind blown, I'm ready to take you to that level. Push this button, boom. Now we have that same direct drive control knob up front, same exact on the back side of this vehicle with the Spirit of Ecstasy. I'm gonna close that. You want more? Boom. You have a full decanter setup with shot glasses in the back and the Rolls-Royce badging. Talk about living large and in charge. close this up, but wait, there's more. Open that, this drops down. What do we have in here? We obviously know it's refrigerated. You have the full champagne set with the champagne flutes, nice and chilled to perfection, as I should say. Also add there, I put a couple Twinkies back there, keep those chilled. Of course, you have all your seat controls, easy to get to, and the leather and everything, as you would expect, is just phenomenal back here. I mean, even these have got to be the softest headrests I've ever experienced. I like on the Ghost how they didn't do really over the top with stitching and stuff. I think that just cleans the whole style. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the trunk, because I want to take you for a little limousine drive in this Rolls-Royce Ghost. All right, guys, time to get into the trunk. The great news is, yes, there's a Cullinan, that SUV from Rolls-Royce, but we have the Ghost. Let's see what kind of trunk space we have. Hit the button. Of course, you're going to have electric assist. And actually quite surprising on the width and the depth of this trunk. Now, if you want some actual hard numbers, let me give you some hard numbers. You're looking at 18 cubic feet of space in this back area. Makes it very usable for those road trips, for those business occasions when you're taking out your clients. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let me take you out. Since you're my client, let me take you for an on-throttle spin in this 2021 Ghost. All right, guys, we're in the 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. We're pulling out of the parking lot here at Texas Motor Speedway, and right away, you really feel the work that has been done to elevate that luxury style, the overall experience as you're, I would normally say driving down the road, but in this vehicle, you're really gliding down the road. It's that unbelievable. That suspension, like I told you, with the 4 electric motors at each corner, just reading the road every nanosecond. But what I need to do is definitely some on throttle here. We need to do some on throttle because we got V12 power, twin turbo. We have all-wheel drive, and we have 4-wheel steering. So if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. On throttle, here we go. Spirit of Ecstasy shoots for the sky, and we are off and running. And that's the crazy thing, is that this vehicle, well over 5,000 pounds, is actually quite remarkably quick for this type of vehicle that it is. The shifts, you don't even feel them. You don't even feel how smooth everything is happening in this luxury sedan. Visibility is phenomenal. You have your eye on the road and also on the Spirit of Ecstasy, of course. Out the back, looking good even with the larger headrest. Side mirrors are ginormous. They really did a great job with the overall size and the mirror real estate to give you a good view. But going down the road, we did this in a couple of the other vehicles, this little loop around the track, and you feel, in some of those cars, you feel every bump. This, though, it's crazy how smooth it is and how quiet. That's one thing people forget, just how Rolls-Royce focuses on that quiet experience on the interior. But you know what? When you gotta go, right? On throttle, here we go. Wow. It's unbelievable. And going into this right-hand bend, this large sweeper, the 4-wheel steering makes life lickety-split, a breeze to go around any kind of bend. Just the power, getting it to the ground with that all-wheel drive system. And then looking around in this interior, it's hard to keep your eyes on the road in this car, which is obviously not the best thing, but there's just so much to look at, so much beauty, so much time and thought. And that's really what leads to the price point. I know when it comes to the MSRP, this is quite a bit more than some of the competition or most of the competition, but until you get behind the wheel of one of these vehicles, it's hard to really put a value on all the things that you're getting and the price that it comes with. But like I said, driving down the road here, I love just how easy it is to drive. It does not feel like a large sedan. could drive this thing across the country and feel fresh as a daisy, really. And the balance, the engineering, it just shows. I mean, Rolls-Royce has always been known to build some phenomenal engines, even back to their airplane days. But they're still getting the business done with this Rolls-Royce Ghost. All right, guys, one more time. Dead stop. On throttle, here we go. Look at this thing. Unfreaking believable. On the brakes, and the brakes feel good, you know? I mean, you're not gonna go and carve corners down the Dragon or something like that, but you know what? Driving to North Carolina from Florida, I'd do it all day long in this thing, and it's gonna feel phenomenal. I'm so glad they have really soft headrests, because when you get on throttle and it puts you back in the seat, your cranium has a nice place to rest for a little amount of time as you are accelerating. But just super smooth, and I'm sure you can see with the forward-facing camera that I have that beautiful Spirit of Ecstasy and all the history and everything that goes with that. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what the Rolls-Royce Ghost is all about. We're gonna get back to Texas Motor Speedway, home base, wrap this up while we're in Texas doing this great auto roundup event. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day here at Texas Motor Speedway. I definitely got to thank Jerry, Elizabeth, and the rest of the crew over at Rolls-Royce for allowing Rady's Rides access to this vehicle. Such a rolling piece of art, an icon. If you have the means and you are looking for one of those top players in the luxury sedan segment of the auto industry, Rolls-Royce is bringing it so nicely with this Ghost, having that V12 twin turbo power and its own unique Rolls-Royce chassis really brings it up to another level. But if you want to keep seeing just these premium sedans and other vehicles on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you in the channel, two ways to do it. Click the first link, become a Rady's Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Let's give it up to the queen of the camera. She's more beautiful than the Spirit of Ecstasy for sure. Definitely, Lori, working that camera like a champ. Thank you for all that you do, Lori. Show her some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.